Okay. Hello. Good morning. Hello. Good morning. I'm Kirsten Peck, and I am the author of a book called Betrayed by Trump. It's a guide to self-discovery and the rewards of your positive mindset. And so here's why I'm here this morning, okay? Let's call this, I'll almost call it the morning after. Okay, it is the morning after because last night I hosted something called the Wayfinding Station. It's new on Tuesday nights, and it is a gathering place for people to talk honestly with respect about how to move the country forward in the United States, because we have a lot of divided politics. We have a lot of finger pointing going on. There's a huge echo chamber of just things going back and forth, spinning around. Okay. So I was a high school English and civics world history teacher, award winning. I specialized in the students that were really struggling. And most of the time, it was a really simple little academic skill that got missed when they were coming to school, because not everybody comes to school and schools aren't always the best. Okay. And I admit that. I'm a teacher. I know I was in the trenches. Okay. So the reason I'm here and I'm doing this the morning after edition is because we really do have to sometimes wake up and have that sense of like, okay, that was a party. Yeah, that was a party. Yeah, it was. And now today, I have to be able to kind of get myself together, gather my wits, and figure out what I'm really going to do. Because if I want to get off this running around bandwagon, if I'm really tired of this, and that's the question, are you tired? If you're tired of it, we got to figure out how to move away from it. And the only way to do that, I'm going to take a tip from the sailors. You have to get a focus. You have to know where you want to go. You can't be in a ship out on the ocean just floating around, you know? So, okay, bringing this back down because it's very emotional. It's very upsetting to everybody. So I titled this today for the leaving MAGA voters and the people that are literally don't know what to do. You're wearing the hat. You've all in. And yet this isn't right. This isn't feeling good to you. So if you're not feeling good about it, that's what we got to talk about. So the way that we're doing this, and I'm working this through today, it's kind of a refresher. Like I said, it's the morning after edition, because I've been working on this project now for a few years. The problem is a really major problem that I've been working on for 20 years teaching school, because it gets back to two really simple reading skills that people have missed. You missed them. And it's not your fault, but let's go back to the doctor and get it fixed up. Back to the sailors, those sailors stick together. They know exactly, they follow those paths. Okay, so let me check my notes. Yes, this is political psychology, because you've been manipulated. You've been betrayed. And that's really hard when you're in the middle of it and that you love the person and you trusted them and you believed them. You wanted them to be the guy. I understand, but he's not. And this isn't. So that's my opinion. I need you to come up with your opinion. So I've got this test. So this is the compass. Really simple test. 4 questions, and it's your pain meter. It's your kind of like, where am I feeling? Because you do have to stop and you have to test yourself. So let's be honest with ourselves. Let's respect ourselves. Okay. And say good morning. Let me first by saying good morning. Hello. I see I've got a couple people on my stream, which is great. That's why I'm doing these live streams, because it's catching people when they don't expect it. And that's what I do. This is what you need, is that disruption to stop and think. And hey, wait a minute. So the compass test, 0 to 100. You check yourself, check your own scores. Here we go. 0. I'm not feeling this at all. My MAGA regret is a 0. Or it's 100. Yeah, I love MAGA. This is fantastic. It's 100. Your choice. Number 1, 4 questions. Number 1, the economy. Are you really happy with the economy? 0 to 100. Number 2, ICE. Yes. How about those immigration enforcements? How about all that drama in the state, in the streets? Is the military still in your neighborhood? 0 to 100. Next up, here we go. I got somebody saying MAGA. Awesome. Then you're scoring 100. You like this movement. And so you can go back to the party. Go back to the party. This is for the morning after people that are having a moment and being like, what do I do? Okay. Question number 3. So MAGA people, number 3, where was I? Oh yeah, the war. It may or may not be a war because it wasn't officially ever declared a war, but our military is over there. Our service members are in danger. We're spending $1 billion a day dropping a bunch of bombs and military stuff. Is that what you promised? 0 to 100. And the last one is faith. I'm putting faith out there as the big final straw. Is what he's doing religious the way that you practice your faith? What would Jesus do? Really? What would Muhammad do? What would Moses do? What would all of the guys do? Shiva. I'm like, what's his name? Buddha, Shiva, Gandhi. Yeah, everybody. 0? We have to talk about this. Or 100, go back to your party. Carry on. So if you've got this, I need to talk to Kirsten and I want to be a part of this, please subscribe. Please share. Please pass this along. Someone asked me the question, why Gandhi? Because peaceful revolution works. Gandhi spent his days just being peaceful, just being like, hey, I'm here. Respect me. I'm a human being. It worked. India got out of Britain's colonial rule because Gandhi was able to get enough people together over a strike over salt and say, we're human beings and we deserve better. We deserve everything for everybody. That's what it's about. If they abuse you, you'll be reported. I'm not abusing anybody. I'm inviting you to join me if you want to talk about this. Okay? If you want to talk about it. Because, and I'm going to turn this around and let me get to the book part. Okay? Because I am a teacher. I am an author. And I want to invite you to join me. I'm developing this. It is something different. It is totally different. It's not finger pointing. And no, I'm not demanding that you put on some blue Democratic hat and go pledge allegiance. That's not what I'm talking about. They've got as many problems as the MAGA people do. We got to figure this out. And being able to have a respectful conversation is what it begins with. So I've decided we need a new code. The code is going to be respect and truth. Respect myself, be honest with myself, because then I can respect others and give it to others and be honest with others and live in a fantastic world. That's what it's about. So let me show you some of the behind the scenes, because again, this is like the morning after. And I know we have to develop trust because it's broken. It's broken. It's broken. So I'm genuinely here helping figure this out. Okay. So let's go on a little bit of a walk here in my garden. In the daytime, I'm doing all kinds of art and magic here in the daytime. And at night, I'm switching it over to politics. So let me see if I can switch this around. Switch it around. Yes. Okay, here we go. And I have to take it off my ring light. Okay, sorry about this. I just broke another Ring camera. Okay, so here's my graphics. Are you running through life feeling lost? All the conflicts, all the values, all of this stuff floating around you. Yes, these are hidden things floating around you. Well, don't worry, I'm here. This is my welcome to my new comic book. All right, new comic book. Here we go. Number 1. Oh, yeah. So I started with this big O's. Here we go. Are there objections that you're not going to be able to do it? That's okay. We got a compass. There's obstacles. Yeah, that's okay. I've got a sextant that's going to get you over any of those obstacles. How about opportunities and options? Yeah, that's what we're going to find. That's what we're going to make together when we do this pivot. So I'm giving you the vision, the focus, and the pivot, because your sovereign rewards down here is what you really want. Yourself, your money, your relationships, not the big political stuff for the big political guy. And so we have to figure these problems out. And I got to this question of like, okay, what did you do and what do I do? And we have to get to these points of view. And yes, this is kind of my reading instruction, because you've got to talk about different points of view. You have to be able to find common ground, and you have to take it piece by piece, which is difficult. It's hard. I know it's hard. That's why we're doing it nice and slow. So here we go. Yes, this is two-sided divided. This is part of the problem. We have to get past this me and you business, because if we are going to find a solution, then we need to think about it a little differently. And so this is the simple graphic organizer that helps explain. Yes, I explain, actually define the problem. Defining the problem, I'm reading here. Due to him, we're still poor. We got freedom at what cost? Our freedom is up to all of us to participate every single day. And so I hope that you are still working on this situation and that you don't give it up. And that I know you are politically active. If you are in MAGA now, you wanted to have a solution. And, you know, sometimes you just got to say, oops, I made a mistake. This wasn't exactly the solution that I thought it was going to be. But you know what? I got to get back to figuring it out, because we still need a solution. And our reputation, yeah, this is the future. So this is me trying to explain how to separate out your expectations, your emotions, your experiences, your dreams, because you have yours and I have mine. And we have to figure out how to meet in the middle. And here's where this is at. So here's my new what would I call it? This is my new vision. Here's my new vision. Here we go. So put on those respect goggles. Here I am. Put on that respect and put on that truth values. Put those on. Let's talk about the past. What were your experiences that led you to wanting to be in MAGA? Because those experiences and those assumptions have value, and I want to talk about them. And in the future, your legacy and your expectations of what you want, absolutely. We have to fill this all in with all your information. And so here's the question. Yes, here's the question. MAGA, Trump, JD. So the promises are in action. The prices, the military, the corruption. Step back. Think about it. And if I'm making any sense to you, if you see how I'm trying to develop this program, I'm trying to find a solution to some of the biggest problems that we have in the entire, this is the biggest problem. Here it is. And yes, it's about traditional, classic, stoic thinking, logic and formulas because they work. Gandhi and the Nobel Peace Institute because it works. I hope you'll visit my website. I have a download sample of the book. Go visit betrayedbytrump.org. I'm building this wayfinding station website today because we have to get this resolved. So thank you for joining me this morning on my morning after recap. And if you're feeling the morning after kind of vibe, I hope you'll subscribe. I hope you'll follow along and share because we have to get the conversation started. And as far as I can tell, I am the only place to talk about it with respect. Everyone is invited because we have to find a solution. And I have it right here. It's real simple. It's real simple. Okay, I got to go. Thank you. Love you. Have a wonderful day. And next Tuesday night for the live stream at night. Okay. Peace out. Have a great day.